Hello everyone, my name is Allison Sussman. I am a senior in the Honors College studying biomedical health sciences with a concentration in pre-optometry. My presentation today is about the experience of female students at Purdue University in the early 20th century, specifically between 1912 and 1924. I originally began this research under Dr. Christina Bross during the summer of 2020, when we investigated how student life at Purdue was impacted by the flu pandemic of 1918. I really enjoyed doing this research, and at the end of the summer, I decided to shift my focus to the experience of female students and expand the time frame to encompass the flu pandemic, World War I, and the suffrage movement. From this point on, my research mentor was Dr. Nancy Gabin. I conducted my research by using primary sources from the eArchives digital collection of the Purdue University libraries. I spent most of my time reading articles from the Exponent and supplemented this with the Debris yearbooks and Board of Trustees minutes. By reading these primary sources from over a decade, I was able to gain an understanding of what life as a female student on campus was like and how this experience changed over time. I identified a few key areas that saw great change, including women's athletics, enrollment, and female representation in student government. A major change during this time was the sheer number of female students on campus. The number of women students during this time more than tripled. In 1912, there were only 130 female students at Purdue, which by 1924 had grown to 478. During the same time period, total enrollment at Purdue grew from 1,681 students to 3,059, so we can see that female enrollment actually grew much faster than the enrollment in the university as a whole. The majority of women who attended Purdue majored in home economics, and essentially all of them were enrolled in some sort of science program. As the number of women at Purdue increased, so did the extracurriculars open to them. The women both established their own co-ed activities, such as knitting winter clothes for soldiers during World War I, and broke into traditionally all-male groups, such as the Student Council. Because my main source was the Purdue student newspaper, it is worth noting that it was primarily written by men, though a female presence on the newspaper staff appeared to increase with time. Occasionally, the Exponent would publish a co-ed edition, which contained a much higher concentration of articles about women's extracurriculars and other issues concerning the female students. A quote from a 1918 co-ed edition sums up the opinion of the co-ed's changing position at the time. Quote, "She has earned her place against opposition, against indifference, even against unfairness at times." End quote. Another article from the same co-ed edition titled "A Dream" aspirationally narrates what progress the author hopes the women of Purdue will make in the next 5 years. While there is a focus on an increase of female-specific spaces, many of the author's hopes are realities of the student experience in 2022.